Hey there, people. As promised, we're going to have a little video lesson because, as I'm sure you know, it is cold outside, and because of that, there is no school. So this lesson is going to have two little components. We're going to be solving exponential, and I should also write logarithmic equations as well that have the same bases, so with common bases. And then the second portion of that will be without common bases. So let's go with the initial fact that if you have two separate pieces on each side of an equal sign, if their bases are the same, then their exponents must also be the same. All right, and that's kind of like a logic piece that most of us kind of take for granted. But if I look at an example, for instance, number one says 2 is my base. 2 to the power of 3x minus 8 equals 16. We'll have a base of 16. These two pieces are not saying the same thing. What I want to do is I want to write 16 as if it were 2 to some power. Well, 16 is the same as 2 to the fourth power. So I can think of this as an equation as saying 2 to the power of 3x minus 8 equals 2 to the fourth. From here, I can now claim that these exponents must be equal. 3x minus 8 equals 4. I can solve that equation. Move the 8 over to the other side. 3x equals 12. Therefore, x equals 4. Awesome. Number two, similar process. 5 and 125 are not the same, so I can change 125 to be a base of 5. Well, 5 to the third power gives me 125. So now I have 5 to the 3x minus 6 equals 5 to the third. And we'll do the exact same thing again. Now that my bases are the same, I can set the exponents equal to each other. 3x minus 6 equals 3. Move the 6 over, divide out the 3, and we would get x equals 3. Not too terribly scary, but wait. What if we have something where I can't really write 27 as a base of 9, and I can't make 9 as a base of 27? So we might encounter problems in which we have to change both bases to become the same thing. Well, I'm noticing these both could be considered a base of 3, right? 3 to some power. I can do 3 to the third to get 27, and I can do 3 squared to get 9. But on the outside here, I still have that x plus 3, and over here I still have that x minus 1. So if I were to truly write this, we'd have to, using exponent properties, multiply these together. I'd have 3 to the power of, 3 times x plus 3. If I distribute that in there, that would be 3x plus 9 equals 3 to the 2x minus 2 power. Well, to solve this from here, set the exponents equal to each other. 3x plus 9 equals 2x minus 2. Again, setting these exponents equal to each other. We'll move the 2x to one side, the 9 to the other. We're going to get x equals negative 11. Yeesh. Onward we go. Right here I have an 8 and I have a 4. I'm noticing those are both outcomes of, say, 2. 8 is 2 to the third power. 4 is 2 squared. And just like before, we'd have the exponents that were already there that we're going to kind of put on the outside of parentheses. So I'll distribute the 3 on here. So 3x plus 9 equals 2x minus 3. Whoa! 2x minus 6. Come on, Mr. D, what are you doing? So 3x plus 9 equals 2x minus 6. We could solve that very similarly to how we just solved this one here. Onward we go. We might encounter situations where fractions are involved, and for whatever reason, we're all terrified of fractions. Well, just like before, I could say, well, 9 is the same as 3 squared, but we still have the x minus 5 hanging outside. 1/27th. Well, I know that 3 cubed is 27, so that means 3 to the negative third would be 1/27th. So now when we go through and solve, this would be 2x minus 10. And that's going to equal negative 3. So that's what my equation has now become. And I can kind of gather that as we go through and solve this, right, if I move the 10 to the other side and divide out the 2, chances are I'm going to get a fractional exponent, and that is okay. So that's the first part of this lesson, is solving equations as long as they have common bases. Unfortunately, that does not always happen. So when that doesn't happen, we have to use something called the change of base formula, which is the second component here. So here is the change of base formula, as well as some definitions on what logarithms or a common logarithm is. This is a point where you might want to pause the video so that you can write this stuff down. A common logarithm has a base 10. If it has a base 10, typically we don't write it. Just like if you see a square root, there's technically a 2 hanging out there, but if there's a 2, we typically don't care enough to write it. This is the type of logarithm your calculator can handle. You might have noticed your calculator has a log button right here. Well, if I press log, it's automatically assuming it's log base 10. So for instance, if I did the log of 100, right, 10 to what power is 100, we should get 2, which makes sense. 10 squared is 100. Your calculator is only smart enough to handle log base 10s. Side note, I should put a little footnote here. If you have a newer calculator, it does know how to handle other base logs. But with change of base formula, we really don't need that. Change of base formula is a format in which we can take something written in log form that does not have base 10 and change it so that it does have base 10. This also works for exponential formulas. The big thing to note here is that when we talk about this, this is log base b of m. The base is always on the bottom of our fraction. So we have log base b of m. That is the same thing as saying log base 10 of m divided by log base 10 of b. Typically speaking, you will only see these on a calculator portion because we really don't know how to do all these crazy logs in our head. So let's see some examples. Number 1, log base 2 of 9. This is really asking 2 to some power equals 9. 2 to what power would give you 9? Well, I know 2 cubed is 8, so 2 to the 3 point something something might give me 9, but this is not going to be a clean answer. So what I need to do is use change of base formula, which says log something over log something. Well, if I remember, base is always on bottom. The base was 2. I'll put 2 on the bottom, which then means 9 is up top. From here we go to our handy dandy calculator, and we just type in log 9, close out those parentheses, divided by log 2, and that should be 3 point something. 3.1699, we'll call that 3.17. Number 2 says log base 5 of 62. 5 to what power is 62? I don't know. So we would do change of base formula. Log 62 divided by log 5. Straight to the calculator and evaluate. Number 3, log base 7 of 30. 7 to what power gives you 30? Well, I know it's going to be between 1 and 2 because 7 to the first is 7. 7 squared is 49. This would be log 30 over log 7. Again, if there's no base on these, if the base would technically be right there, then we're going to assume it's a base 10. And if it's a base 10, our calculators know how to handle it. These applications can go even further, though, because we might see some examples where we're asked to solve an entire equation. For instance, one of these. This is another good example here. You might want to pause the video, maybe jot down those steps. So my goal is to get whatever is by itself, or whatever has the exponent, sorry, by itself, and then I can use that change of base formula to solve. So for number 1, I'm going to have to move the 3 to the other side. Then this becomes 4 to the x power equals 12. Well, that's not going to be a clean result. I don't know what exponent would do that. So I'm going to have to use change of base formula. This does not only apply to logs. This can also be for exponentials, okay? Because keep in mind, this thing is also saying b to what power equals m. I can use the same logic of base is on the bottom. So right here, if I use change of base formula on my calculator, I could do log 12 over log 4. So let's see what that gives us. Log 12 divided by log 4. And I cannot stress this enough. Please, people, make sure you close out that first set of parentheses. We should get 1.792. If I look at number 2 here, my goal is to get this 3 to the x by itself. So first, the 7's got to go. So I'd have 2 times 3 to the x power equals 50. Then the 2's got to go, so we'll divide that out. So I've got 3 to the x equals, let's see, this would be 25. And then we go to our calculator. We do a little change of base. Log something divided by log something. Well, I know that my base is always on the bottom. The base of this exponential here is 3, so base is on the bottom. Log 25 divided by log 3. And away we go. All right, on to the last and final problem type. Home stretch, folks. We're almost there. We almost did it. My goal here is to get anything that has the exponent attached by itself. So on number 3, I guess I have to add the 2 to the other side. So I have 8x plus 1 equals 3. Over here, we're all good. Number 4 is good to go. Cool. Just like before, 8 to some power gives me 3. I have no idea. 8 to what power? I know it's going to be a fraction, right? Because we're going to a smaller value. So 8 to some fractional exponent, maybe the square root of 8 or third root of 8. Well, it's not third root of 8, that'd be 2. Might result in a smaller number of 3. So we have to use change of base here. So it's going to be log something divided by log something. The base is always on the bottom. The base here was 8, so it means the 3 goes up top. The only difference now is instead of just being done with my answer right here, is I have to set that equal to x plus 1, because this whole business here is figuring out what should have been the exponent. We're using the change of base value anytime we don't know what the exponent was. Well, once I figure out this whole mess, I'd have to subtract 1 to the other side. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to my calculator. First, let me figure out the log 3 divided by log 8 is going to be. And I'm anticipating something smaller than 1, 0.5, so 0.528, cool. But then I have to subtract 1 if I really wanted to get x by itself. So if I subtract 1, I'm going to get negative 0.472 if we round to 3 decimal places. So x equals negative 0.472. Number 4 is awfully similar. We're going to start off with change of base formula. Log something divided by log something. Up top, we're going to have 245. Down below, we're going to have 15 because the base is always on the bottom. This is all going to be set equal to my exponent, which was 2x minus 3. So this exponent right here is what we are ultimately trying to solve for. So when I do this, I'm going to figure out what this nasty decimal is, but then I'm going to have to add 3 and ultimately divide by 2. So let's get this nasty decimal first. Let's see what this thing is first. We've got log 245. We're dividing that by log 15. That's going to be 2.031. Now, when I do this, I'm not going to retype that into my calculator. It's already saved here as a line of text. So instead of bothering with rounding and all that stuff, is on my calculator. I'm just going to add 3, and then I'm going to divide by 2 to get my final answer of x equals 2.516 after we round. Now, the reason I did that is if I rounded it right here, the earlier you round, the less accurate your final answer will be. So I save my rounding to the very, very end if I can, and I just let all the nasty digits live within my calculator. All right, that's it. That's all, folks. You guys have a lovely Math XL for the homework. As always, if you're stuck, please do not hesitate to reach out. Good luck.